So you took that experience and did a special on Judaism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to watch it.
Why'd you do that?
I mean, I've been looking at this stuff for forever. And I just wasn't good enough to do it, but it was always on my mind. The non-Jews have 7 laws of Noah. That's all you got to do.
I've read them.
And you get into heaven. And they're pretty easy.
They're great.
They're pretty easy. Don't eat an animal while it's still living.
Exactly.
Should be a no-brainer.
Don't kill.
Don't kill. Harder for some people, but not others. Don't rape. Even harder for some people, but most are still on the right side of it. I forget what the other ones are.
Adultery.
Yeah. It's not that hard. And you get to go to heaven. And you'll be right alongside a rabbi.
Well, not only that, they're like very reasonable.
Yeah, they're not like hard ones to do.
No, they're all kind of rooted in natural law.
Yeah.
No, I read that. And
yeah, when you convert, they're like, what are you doing this for? You're just going to make it harder on yourself. You're going to heaven already.
You know, that's interesting. Okay. You don't feel there's any contempt at all in that.
There becomes contempt, you know, at the end where it's like, well, you're not in our group, so kind of fuck you. But that's not in the law. I mean, even Jesus is like, accept everyone, take them in.
Right.
But people don't really do that.
No.
You know?
Not at all.
Yeah.
So, but I do think that the Sabbath laws are, you know, like if you're using somebody else to do something that you're not allowed to do.
Yeah. Well, I talk about the loopholes in that special where it's like, you're actually not allowed to fully ask them, can you turn this light on? Because then that's like you doing it. But
so it's by implication.
It sure is dark in here. You know, I'm not allowed to turn the lights on. Non-Jews are allowed. But I can't do it. It does suck. I want to read. Yeah. It's so loopholey. It's great.
But what was the moment where you decided
So you can't use electricity. I was in a dorm room in a yeshiva that's closed now in Bayit Vagan, Jerusalem, and there was a reading light above my bed, and you could use that to like read Talmud before you go to sleep or whatever. Left it on Shabbos, and what I was going to do was take a hand washing cup. There's like a ritual hand washing you do in the mornings and before bread, and I was going to put that over the light. It was like this little ball. And I was going to put it over, like, drown the light. So the light's still on. It's just drowned out. The cup kept falling. Kept putting it on there. It kept, because it's round, it just kept falling off. It wouldn't stay on. And the light was in my eye. And it was frustrating. You want to sleep, and you can't. And at some point, I was like, I'm just going to turn it off. It's Friday night. I'm not allowed. But then the entrance to the yeshiva was, like, right here. My window was right here. So anyone coming in or out would see my light go off. And they'd be like, we're all these super Orthodox Jews. No light can go on or off. We'll notice that on a Friday night. And I was like, fuck, I'll get caught. I'll get in trouble if I do this. So I didn't do it. I didn't even do it. Didn't break any law. But I thought about it for like a couple years. The fact that I was more worried about a man getting me in trouble than God. When it's God's law, it's not man's law. Jaywalking, sure, I'll look for a cop before I do that, you know, but the Sabbath stuff, that's all just God. I shouldn't give a fuck about Jews seeing me. There's in the Torah, there's like a worse punishment for someone who steals in secrecy than steals brazenly. Because at least stealing brazenly,
exactly,
you're not worried about man catching you.
Exactly.
And you're like, well, fuck God either way, but I don't give a shit about man. So the fact that I was more worried about people getting me in trouble than God, and I was talking about, I was like, I don't think I believe in him. Or I wouldn't have done it. If I believed there was this like, you know, old man in heaven saying, don't do this, it'll be bad for your mortal soul, I just wouldn't do it. Compared to like, if your dad's in the room, you don't masturbate.
Right.
Because you believe he's real.
Of course.
And his reaction is pretty obvious what it would be. But you're not just going to start jerking, like, oh, what the fuck? I didn't know you were a real dad. You know, you're 100% sure he's real. And I wasn't sure God was real. And I was just like, and then I just looked more and more and I was like, I think I'm out.
Maybe the lesson is you care too much what other people think.
Maybe.
Right. No, I mean, that's another way to look at it.
Yeah. So anyway, so my friends got mad. They're like, no, you can't leave religion. Like, well, if you don't believe in God, take the Torah, the holy sacred scroll, and like throw it in the floor. Which is like, if you see it fall, you have to fast for like, I don't know how long. And I'm like, no, I would still respect you guys. I'm not going to like, it's so rude.
But they were like, told your friends, your
told
fellow
a few of them. Some were angry, some were like disappointed. Nobody was like, cool. Nobody.
What'd your parents say?
Pretty mad. Yeah. They were like, well, you're going to lose the culture. They're all fine now. So in hindsight, it's fine. But they're totally fine now. So just like, but at the time, they're like, what the fuck? They were really mad. It was like, yeah, they were like, even a dog believes in God.
That's true.
You're lower than a dog.
Did they say?
Yeah. But I was like, show me that research. Like, what are you talking about? Who's done a study on that? But totally fine now.
So how did you decide you want to go into stand-up from there?
I always kind of liked being the Joker. And then my friend Ami Butler he was like, you should try it. You should try stand-up.
So you moved back from Israel?
Moved back from Israel, went to University of Maryland. First went to Yeshiva University in New York. That's where I kind of like fully lost the religion. And I'm like, what's the point of paying for a split curriculum?
Yeah, of course.
College. So I switched to state school. Got laid for the first time.
Ever?
Yeah. It was it's nice. If you haven't tried it, you should fuck.
I haven't.
It's great,
I'm busy.
bro.
That's
it's
the thing.
great. You're busy destroying Democrats.
Jewish girl?
No. I have.
Oh, so you went all the way out then?
They look too much like me. You know, it's like fucking a mirror. It's not the best. You're like, I'm legally not allowed to join in on this. Yeah, I went. Yeah, it was nuts. It was so great. Got a blowjob. Oh.
Did you call your friends back in the yeshiva and tell them?
No, I did not. I did not. I'm friends with a couple of them still, but not many. It's just a different world now. Plus, they all have kids. It's like, ugh.
How many of them got married?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
So everybody gets married.
Everybody gets married. Yeah.
At what age?
And have kids. Sister got married at 20. Wasn't that like crazy? It was just like a touch early, but not really.
But all those marriages seem to survive.
They really do, right? It's interesting.
Well, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
What's the divorce rate among Orthodox Jews?
So low. We had one divorced couple growing up in my neighborhood and was like, whoa, can you believe it? They're divorced. We thought it was so nuts.
Yeah.
And then when I got to University of Maryland and everybody's parents were split, and I was like, what?
So what works better?
I guess it's what you're looking for in your marriage, when it's just a union to like be a family unit and raise kids is the most important thing. So like, this is fine. This works for that. Or it's like, do I want fulfillment? And like, yeah, I don't know.
You don't think they're fulfilled?
I think if you're all you want is family, then yeah, you're fulfilled. You've got a great family, you know, you're part of the community. But if you're like, yeah, they say it's like misogynist Judaism because the women just stay at home. But I'm like, no, they're there to raise the family.
Right.
It's not like you're not allowed to work. It's like, this is your part. This is his part. He's raising money for the family.
Do you think a lot of Orthodox mothers secretly want to work at banks?
No, I don't think they do. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. This isn't fun.
And it's voluntary. You don't have to join this lifestyle, right?
Yeah, right. Well, if you're raised in it, you kind of do. It's not legally, but you know.
Do you ever have any regrets you didn't become a rabbi?
No. No. No, I'm having a great time. Some of them will look down on me and be like, they'll be demeaning, like, you'll be back. And like talk down to me. And it's like, oh, you guys fucking suck.
You don't think you will be back?
No. What to what?
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We hope you'll subscribe to it. And by the way, you can hit the little bell on there and get notifications every time we produce a video. We hope you'll do that also.